working with countless other singers, some famous, some not yet famous. And the thing that never ceases to amaze me is music's ability not just to change a mood, but to completely transform a life the way that it did mine. On this week's programme, we're going to be going around the country looking at people whose lives have been transformed by the gift of music. Coming up, the student who's changing the face of rugby, the singer who's found a new voice, and the teenagers bringing their community together through the power of song. Plus, of course, hymns galore to lift your spirits. Hans Christian Andersen said, "Where words fail, music speaks." And of course, music is a powerful way of worshipping and showing our love for God, as expressed in today's first hymn, which comes from the oldest church in Portsmouth, St Mary's. This is Stockbridge Village in Knowsley on Merseyside. Originally built in the 60s, it's had a troubled past. But a group of youngsters are using music to try and brighten its future. As a vocal coach and youth music ambassador, I'm well aware of the power that music has to engage young people. And that's certainly what's happening here. The Encore Music Project is giving local teenagers the opportunity to make and perform their own music. And I've come along to one of their sessions to share some tips with them. 18-year-old Judith Gobadia has been involved in the project from the very beginning.
I only discovered I could sing at the age of 12 when the music pastor of our church in Pentecost Baptist Church said, "You should audition for the parts in the choir." I was shy, I didn't want to sing, and he forced me to sing, and when I sang, he went, "Wow, you've got a voice."
So your first note is, in fact, could everybody just sing their first note?
There's nothing to do in our lives. So Encore has given us the opportunity to come together, make one big family, and we've literally created like a music community in a community. I've met so many nice people who are into music. I've learned from them the way they've learned from me. And it's actually changed my life so very much.
Everyone's like a family and everyone's like close, and like there's no judgmental people. Like you can be yourself around everyone.
Is that too high for you?
Just because the area we live in's got a bad name doesn't mean everybody who lives in there is bad as well.
If you think back to like 2 years ago, there was nothing like that, and like now there is, and it's just amazing.
Encord may be giving the gift of music to their community, but Judith believes that her voice is a gift in itself.
I feel that it is a gift from God. He's given me this gift and I must share this gift. I don't want to be selfish with it by not allowing people hear what God has given me.
Above all powers, above all kings, above all nature and all created things, above all wisdom and all the ways of man, you were here before the world began. Above all kingdoms, above all thrones, above all wonders the world has ever known, above all wealth and treasures of the earth, there's no way to measure what you're worth. Crucified, laid behind the stone, you live to die, rejected and alone like a rose, trampled on the ground. You took the fall, thought of me above all. Crucified, laid behind the stone, you live to die, rejected and alone like a rose, trampled on the ground. You took the fall, thought of me above all, like a rose, trampled on the ground. You took the fall, thought of me above all.
Ellie Calden regularly sang at her church and in local choirs. She earned a music scholarship to university, but when there, her health began to suffer.
I was diagnosed with bipolar about 6 years ago. The depressive episodes make lots of things more difficult. They make just getting out the house becomes quite a challenge. Everything just feels like it moves very slowly. There are times when the depression is so significant that the idea of singing is not one that I would feel like I could entertain at that time. Although when things are beginning to shift and I start to feel a bit better, I find singing can actually be really helpful.
Ellie realised that music might also help other sufferers. 6 years ago, she set up the Mustard Seed Singers, made up of people with mental health issues and those who support them.
The choir is not a Christian choir. It hasn't got a spiritual component, although I do feel that God has helped and inspired me to be doing what I am doing now.
And it's not only Ellie who believes that music can have a profound effect on people's moods. Professor Stephen Clift is from Canterbury Christ Church University and has been studying the effect which music and singing has on people's well-being.
Singing is a very uplifting activity. It helps people to feel happier. It's a very social thing. People come together regularly. They get to know one another. They have social support from their friends. And it's especially important for people who might have a history of health problems.
Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on.
Singing is my main hobby. It's my lifeline. I always feel good after I've sung.
I'll help you carry on.
Music creates a sense of harmony, it unites generations, and to sing together with a group, singing different harmonies, creating a complete entity of song, is a wonderful experience.
I think music generally is a gift from God. Whether people experience that in that way for themselves, is going to be very different for different people. But I personally think that music is a gift.